All right, look at the rear diff cover. Is that a vent hole up there?
Oh, dude. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Spyder Garage. It's LS swap time for the Blazer. Yesterday, Nathaniel got a head start on it by taking the radiator out. This morning, we just took the hood off, and we're amazed at how much room is underneath the hood of a Blazer versus a Monza. Nathaniel was even commenting on the fact that we can reach the top of the bell housing bolts from up here without even having to really dig into too deeply. So we've got only today to get as much of this done as possible before I take off on almost a 2-week trip for work, but have no fear, Nathaniel.
Sorry.
Nathaniel will be here to work on it over the time that he's got while I'm gone. So you're going to get some content with Nathaniel here the next few days while he gets as much of this out as possible. Don't know if he's going to try the engine pole by himself, but he's certainly capable of it. I mean, it's just the engine block itself. We're not going to do a transmission pole.
Yeah.
Because it's going to stay for now.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, I need to order that adapter for the Turbo 350.
Yes.
Forgot all about that. Yep, need to get that on the way. Anyway, here we go. Oh, leverage. Yeah. Is it that tight?
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Holy cow.
All right.
That didn't work? Yeah. Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Sweet. It's probably original to the motor.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. By the way, this Blazer, I mean, it might be original to that motor, but this is not the original motor. This Blazer actually originally came with a a 400 cubic inch engine, 4-barrel, and it got replaced with this 352 barrel at some point. Yeah. And it's pretty tired. In fact,
yeah, it got up to like 250, 230 on the way here on like a half-hour drive. So,
oh, it got to 250?
Well, I mean, 240 at the max, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, you're darn no crystallizing the rings at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, in other words, this thing is not going to make power tour with this engine. So, yeah. So we decided it's time to pull it in and get started. I think we only have, gosh, I'll have to do a count. I'm going to put it up here on the screen right here. This is the number of days we have left before power tour. I don't know what it is right now, but you guys are looking at it.
I don't want to know.
Anyway, we're going to take you guys along as we get this thing LS swapped. We have a lot of other cool things from Holley Performance for the truck to make it kind of a roadside service vehicle. Not only kind of a mobile welding vehicle, but just a towing and hauling emergency lights kind of vehicle as well that we have yet to show you. You'll see some of that as we get this thing ready. Don't know if we're going to have time to do the floorboards. My guess is no. But we will do that at some point, but we're just trying to be realistic with our time and not kill ourselves. So you guys get to follow along and wish us luck. Here we go. Okay, engine's ready to come out. Everything is unbolted. Transmission's already starting to separate from the block. Daniel's bringing the engine hoist over. Start to get this thing out here soon. All right, that's, keep going, bud, keep going. All right, that's good enough, we can pull it out.
Okay. Yeah, that's low.
Oh, hang on, I think you set it down. No, it's just stuff on the ground.
Yeah.
Give it a good tug.
Probably should have waited to put this oil dry down.
There you go. Yep, set her down. Done.
Cool.
All right, you gotta go.
Yep. I'll get an engine stand on this weekend.
Okay. All right, I'll get the tire back on. All right, I think you missed a little bit of the details there, but as you could tell, the Blazer's listing just a little bit.
Yeah.
The Blazer sits up too high, so we tried to deflate the tires, and that just wasn't working, so we just took one of the tires off and just dropped it on the ground.
Yeah.
So I think next time we'll just, in fact, before we put the LS in, we might just take the whole grill or the whole doghouse off as one piece, and that way we can access things a lot easier. We should have done that the first time, but for now, engine's out.
Yep.
And we'll be back later. See ya.
So, look pretty good though.
Heck yeah, it does.
Did you get that picture I sent you?
I did. We're done, right?
Yeah, mostly. Well,
all right.
Yeah, all of it. So, just something quick and easy.
Yeah.
It's uniform.
Heck yeah, man. That looks good. I like that you did the radiator shroud or threshold or whatever you call this thing.
Yeah, why not? It's already black anyways. So
Yeah.
just touch it up.
It all matches. I'm impressed with how well this cleaned up. This was a mess.
Yeah, it took a while.
Yeah. What, 3 days of cleaning up
Yeah, it took about 3 days.
and then a day of painting?
Yeah.
You can see through the grill. It's all cleaned up behind there as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, now we got to get an engine in here.
Yeah, we do.
All right. Well, one step at a time. For now, that looks really good.
Yep.
All right. So next on the list tonight is to get this gas tank out of here. And I think the first time we filled this thing up, we didn't realize how big this tank was, but we learned it was 30 gallons.
Give or take.
Give or take. Well, yeah, we put, I think, an honest 30 gallons in it because it was so empty.
You put like 28 gallons. I drove to Danville. So like 20 or 30 miles. And
Yeah.
I put like 4 or 5 in.
Okay.
And it gets 10 miles per gallon with the small block, I found out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know you were figuring that up. Well, anyway, one time I know it was empty and I put darn near 30 gallons in it. The problem is, now we got to drop the tank because they're putting in a brand new tank from Holley with the fuel injection pump in it already built in. And we know this tank is probably a good half full. So,
Looks like there's a shield on it first.
oh yeah, doggone it. Yep, forgot there's a, yep, that's got to come out.
9/16 ratchet. Short one if you can.
Okay,
I'm just going off a feel. I think it's 9/16.
okay, I'll start with that. All right, little update. The more we dig into getting this tank out, first we thought, oh, we just need to get the shield out. And then the shield was in the way. I'm sorry, the receiver was in the way. So that's got to come out. And then the more you dig into that,
This is in the way.
and this side of all the bolts to get the tank out, looks like the bumper's in the way. Some of you out there may be saying, no, you're wrong. But from what we can tell, and we've not done this before, so this is our best guess right now. But it just looks like everything is in the way. So the bumper's now got to come off, as well as the receiver, as well as the shield. And then finally we'll get to that tank. We hope.
Maybe.
All right, with a little bit of cursing and gnashing of teeth, we finally got the receiver and the tank shield off of there. So now we can get to these nasty, rusty bolts right here to drop the straps for the tank. Holy moly. The whole truck moved.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, that's how much weight you took off of this thing.
Okay.
Holy cow. The whole strap fall?
Yeah, whole strap fell.
Wow.
That's nice.
All right. Do you feel comfortable lowering that thing and holding the tank, or do you need me to come over there? That's weird. It should just come down
Yeah.
because it's got a lot of weight on it. Oh, well, we got the tube now. Let me get underneath there and undo the fill tube. All right, tank is out. That thing was not easy. It took the both of us. That's why I didn't film it. But that 30-gallon tank is at least half full, if not 2/3. All right, welcome back. I can't tell you how many days it's been since we filmed last, but what I can tell you is we have 37 days left until power tour, and we're just getting started on the LS swap. So we got everything laid out over here. I'll take you through what I've got laid out and what we're going to try to get accomplished this weekend, and then the rest of it, we'll just have to wait and see. So let me show you what I got. For this weekend, we're just going to attempt the LS swap itself. So we got hooker motor mounts from Holley, clamshell metal mounts, as well as the polyurethane inserts. We got a couple pressure transducers for the Holley Terminator harness, a couple sensors, air intake sensor, CTS sensor, the Holley the Terminator X-Max system itself, as well as all the wiring harnesses to go with it. I'm not going to go through all that. Here's something I'm pretty excited about. These hooker cast iron manifolds that actually flow pretty well if you look at them. And we've also got the adapters that go down to our Flowmaster UFIT exhaust system that we'll custom weld on later. A few A-in connectors for the fuel system. We're going to run -6 A-in line all the way from the back to the front. I'll show you that here in just a little bit. But this is what we got laid out for now, because that is about to go into that. And just in case you were wondering why we weren't using the stock clamshell mounts,
Yeah,
that's
pretty bad.
most of the rubber's gone. In fact, it's even falling out. So, yeah, that's why we have that. And here's the tank for the back of it. I think this is a 30-gallon. I'm not sure. I'll have to check. But this is the brand new tank from Holley, their EFI conversion tank. Nathaniel got this put together yesterday with the cinder, the in-tank fuel pump. Everything was measured out.
Oh, did you get a bolt?
I did not get a bolt today, but thanks for reminding me. Whoops.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
We did snap off a bolt by accident.
That was my bad.
We need to replace that. But anyway, that tank is going to go in here. It's just easier than converting the old tank. We've done that already with the old Monza tank, and we decided we'll just get a tank that just bolts right in, because they actually make parts for a Blazer.
Yeah.
As opposed to a Monza.
Yeah, kind of nice.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. So, new tank for the back here. And that, I think, is really all of our goal for the weekend.
Yeah.
Engine block in, fuel system run all the way from the back to the front, tank installed. Maybe even try to fire it up.
Maybe even try to fire it, yeah.
Yeah, we got some accessories that are still on the way as well for the front drive accessory.
Yeah, definitely not going to run, per se.
No,
Not
probably
drive,
not.
Drive, at least, I mean.
No, probably not.
There.
But I'll be happy if it starts.
Yeah.
So that's our goal. Okay, first mock-up, we learned a couple things. There are 2 adjustment holes on these mounts, and we've got them on the forward hole right now, but we really need them to be on the rear hole, because the gap between the engine and the bell housing of the transmission obviously is just a little too much. So, yeah. Lesson learned. We'll pick this thing up, probably just unbolt it while it's right there inside the truck here. Get it up high enough we can reach it and mock it up. See how close it comes back to the transmission. The funny thing is about having a 4-wheel drive transmission is there's such a massive cross member holding the thing up, because it's 4-wheel drive and the transfer case is there, that it never moved when we took the small block out. So we know that that's about the ride height. Get those engine mounts fixed and then we'll mock it up again. Okay, we've spent A little bit of time jacking up the transmission, jacking up the motor, changing the angle. Of course, we got the engine mounts themselves remounted too. And everything seems to line up pretty well.
Yep.
Need to draw the transmission bell housing in just a little bit, but it does still line up. So I think what we're going to do next is bring over those Holley exhaust manifolds and just make sure that those point down in the right direction. And that's all good. And then I think the engine will probably come back out. There's not much else to mock up. There you go. There's one. Oh, that's pretty tight over there with that air conditioning. I forgot.
Yeah, but
Can you get your little mitts in there?
it definitely fits. I just gotta get a bolt.
Yeah, just get the bolt started. I want to see where it points down too for the exhaust. Because then we can take the hooker adapter. It gets a little heavy one-handed, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
There you go. Get the easy one and then pivot.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the second one.
Yeah, one second.
Speaking of that, how much room do we have back there for that transmission dipstick now too?
None.
We're gonna have to go with a low car or something like that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get a different one then.
Look at that.
There we go.
Truck intake fits on a truck.
That's sort of awesome. Right. Let's see.
Nice.
All right, I know this has nothing to do with an engine swap, but while we're in there in the engine bay, one of the things I'm pretty excited about doing is finally putting in this new factory style I did it column. It's got the bracket down here for the gear shift lever. Focus, there we go. Oh, it's my hand that's doing it. Anyway, there's a gear shift lever. It's got the factory style banjo connector. It's got a little extra right here for stuff that's unique to the ignition module for I did it. We'll show you that later. But that is about to go in now.
All right, look at the rear diff cover. Is that a vent hole up there?
The rear what cover?
Diff cover.
Diff.
Oh. Well, there's the vent.
What about the secondary vent? About halfway down. That brakes.
cover.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I knew I was leaking. I just hadn't. I thought it was sealed.
Well, I saw your little love marks on the outer inside poking out because there's a little bit of shrapnel.
Oh my gosh.
Did something explode?
Yeah, something came apart. It wanted to get out real bad.
That wasn't like that when we put it on there. I don't think.
We took apart
Well, I got another axle over there.
well, we took apart the other axle to use the C-clip out of it. It was a 10 bolt, but still.
That one had like a.
This is a 12 bolt, but this one was torn up so badly that we couldn't even get the C-clip out. That was the most difficult time I've ever had getting the C-clip out.
Yeah.
Pull the axles out. The axle was full of mud and water. I'm like, no fluid, hardly any fluid at all.
I don't think there's much fluid in it now.
Probably not.
Well, that's weird. I didn't hear anything.
You wouldn't with no exhaust.
Look, something. Oh, look at that down
Yeah.
here too. Something grenaded.
Yeah.
Oh no. Well, this project just got interesting.
Well, we can always put the 10 bolt or the 12 bolt.
This is the 12 volt.
Or
We got
10
another
volt.
10
The
volt.
10 bolt, I mean, yeah.
Well, yeah. If it's the same 308 gear as the front, we can make this thing 4-wheel drive again too.
Sweet. It's no wheel drive, I don't think, right now.
Well, that's really odd. I drove it in here.
Well, you're not going to go very much further. Put it that way.
Wow.
Dented there, dented there, dented there. I mean, it just, and then it went right through right
Something
there.
I'm
was
just-
unhappy.
I'm really curious when that happened now.
All right. We're going to take the diff cover off. All right, you ready?
About midway up, there's 2 ears on the, yeah, right there.
Well, it's sealed on there good. There it goes.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
it has fluid.
Hey, there's fluid. Okay.
It's fairly new stuff too. It still looks okay.
It wasn't a lot though.
What's in the bottom of the diff? Is there any pieces down? Stick your hand in that mud.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That's a piece.
Oh wow, what's that?
That's not good.
That's a pretty big chunk.
Yeah, that might be a problem. That goes somewhere in there.
Something.
Oh, that was a nice locker unit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a good lock. I knew it was a locker.
Okay, what did we tighten?
There's chunks right here. Oh, there's all kinds of metal on the bottom of this too. Big
Put it in the
chunk
top of the pan, right there. Just drop it.
Yeah.
So that's probably what punctured it right there.
Yeah, what piece left the building?
That's the side of the housing where the
C-clip
retaining the retaining pin.
Okay.
All right, good morning everybody. Next day, where we left you guys off last night was
The axle was broken.
that axle grenaded itself.
Yeah.
Check out the chunks we pulled out of this thing.
Yeah. I found the broken piece by the way.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Where's it at?
It's right in the middle of the Spyder gears. It's that little U-shaped piece that goes. One part of the U is gone. I forget what.
Yeah, I'll have to get closer in there to see that.
Yeah.
Well, Nathaniel was already on it this morning, pulling apart the axle.
Yep.
Luckily, we just happened to have an old 10-bolt square body axle.
Yep.
Don't know what gears are in it, doesn't matter.
No.
But taking off the backing plates and the axles out of here, because this is all new brake hardware.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, just salvaging what we can off of this one so we can rebuild the other axle and swap it out at some point. Okay, status update. No update yet on our rear end. I put the call out on social media to look for parts or an entire rear end. I've got some good leads, but nothing yet. We're just leaving that one there. We've paused on that until something more comes into play. One thing I was told by a couple people was that since it was just the gov lock itself that grenaded, as long as the Spyder gears and the outer gears are still good, we could probably just clean up the pieces that are in there, clean it out, slap the cover back on there, put some fluid in it, and just send it. We won't have posi anymore, but it should still be okay. One guy said he's put 100,000 miles on it since he broke his gov lock. So if I can't find something, that's a solution, because I'm about tapped out financially on this thing anyway. So if there's a free solution right now, we might just go with that.
Just take that gov lock out and not worry about it. Make it into a non-positive.
Yeah, I was talking to Ben Brown about that.
Okay.
He's like, yeah, take it out. Or take the pieces out, leave what's there, and clean it up and slap it back on. He says he drove
You can
another.
even leave the gov lock, the broken gov lock?
I think so, yeah. Well,
that piece isn't going to break anymore.
Right, it's still there. It's attached.
Fair enough.
Ben said he put another 100,000 miles on the thing after he did that on his Bravada.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't do any big smoky burnouts.
Well, he did say that. He's like, don't do any burnouts because I don't care how many people egg you on. Do not do a burnout or you won't be coming home. Anyway, Nathaniel is working on our new clamshell mounts. We had some fancy schmancy, well, where they went.
Behind you on the table.
We had some nice polyurethane ones that I showed you guys, I think, earlier in the episode. You see those wide ears on that thing? Those are not going to fit. They're too wide
They fit right there.
for that. So we just went to a local parts store to Napa and just got stock ones to replace.
Yeah, these ones are pretty bad.
Those were shot. Yeah, that was never going to hold up. So not ideal that, we didn't get the nice polyurethane ones, but I don't care. I mean, at least these will hold it. So he's going to put those in.
Can you hear me that bolt I just dropped?
All right, next thing is this little sleeve adapter that we've had in the freezer for quite some time.
Alright, off.
Still not shrunk enough to get in there. We'll have to figure that out later. Anyway, that little sleeve adapter goes on there. Then we bolt on the LS flywheel. Slide on the torque converter on this adapter around the larger O-ring adapter, rotate it around, and drill out the holes on the flywheel to be able to mount the Turbo 350 torque converter to the LS flywheel using that spacer right there. You guys probably have already noticed that the engine is out. We got these remounted where they need to be with a little bit of Loctite. We went to the parts store and got all the nickel and dime stuff that hoses, bolts, brackets, you name it. Hopefully, once we get this sleeve adapter taken care of, this thing can go in maybe later tonight permanently. Wouldn't that be nice?
Hopefully.
Hopefully. And that's it for now. We'll see you guys a little later.
Hey, we can get rid of the overspray on this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nobody will ever see it, but we'll know it looks good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a little easier. Cool. Nice.
We lower that a little bit.
No, that's fine. Battery's getting dead.
Of course.
All right, will that go on the inside or outside of this?
Yeah. That's just fine.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Tripping over stuff.
At the top. Yeah.
There it goes.
Oh,
Did it crack?
it just broke
Broke in half.
The whole thing did?
because it was cold.
Oh.
Dang.
Well, I got another one coming tomorrow.
I guess.
I guess the engine's not going in tonight. Wow, I did not expect that to break.
Maybe because it was cold.
Shouldn't.
Wow. Okay. Well, we'll grease or oil the next one, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll take a little sandpaper around the inside and clean out the inside of that crank a little bit.
I guess so.
Wow.
Well, that sucks.
Well, hey, this is why we ordered two.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't cancel that one.
No, I didn't cancel that order
All right.
because it was already shipped anyway, but still. Wow, did not expect that. All right, we have a bunch of old Multec injectors that came off the original fuel rail. I've got 3 sets of these, 24 injectors actually total, but some of them are in good shape, some of them are not. Even the ones that are sort of good are in need of a good cleaning, so we've set up our own little cleaning station here. A little bit of carb choke cleaner, red cable, wire tied down to a smaller cable, up to another cable that, or hose that goes up to the fuel injector itself. Take the rings off just in case. Clamp it down really good. Plug the fuel injector itself up to a battery, and voila! Look at that. Pretty cool. That's the way to do it. And we found probably a third of them so far have been either plugged up really good and where some are just bad. So somewhere between the 24 injectors we've got laying around.
We got about 6 good ones now.
Yeah. Well, 2 more and we're done.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm gonna use everything stock. It's just a budget build. Check it out. It's happening.
Ready?
Yep, now I'm ready.
Watch your hand. I don't want to pinch it. 1, 2, 3.
There we go.
All right. Take those home with you. Put them on your truck.
Yeah.
Duralast.
They actually don't look that bad.
Yeah, pretty good.
Adjustable?
Double adjustable, baby.
Adjustable. Look at that.
Yeah.
All right.
Too nice for this truck, aren't they?
Yep, that's how it goes.
That's it.
bottom one. Make sure your hands aren't gonna get pinched.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
Top or bottom?
Top.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Cool.
Ready?
Yep.
Nice. Suspension's worth more than the truck.
Yes.
Right. Well, that's where we're going to end this episode, guys, because we're kind of stuck without that flywheel spacer that we broke. Plus, we're a half hour in already, so it's a good place to pause. Come back next time for the next phase of our K5 LS swap and fret with us as we crunch to get this all done in time for a Hot Rod Power Tour. In the meantime, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.